Hello there. This is a quick tutorial on how to set up the campaign mode to play online with friends over the multiplayer for Star Wars Battlefront 2 in the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Unfortunately, there is no obvious option within the multiplayer section to play anything other than instant action maps. However, there is a way to work around this using server admin commands, and the way to do this is by hosting our own session. So if we go to multiplayer, then online, create, we can just leave our name as this, and we can add in our dummy map and just pick Bespin and then hit launch. Once the map is loaded, we can open chat by hitting T, that's the default menu option, and from here we can pick any map of our choosing, including the ones from the campaign. So let's say I want to play Hoth. What I can do is do /admin /add map hot1g_c, like so. If I hit enter, we can see a notification to say that map has been added, and that means that it's been added to our rotating map roster. Now, if I want to add in a few more maps, I can use the same add map command again, but it should be noted that by doing so, it inserts the map as the next one from the map that we're currently playing. So if you want to set up a playlist of maps, you'll need to enter the commands in reverse order. So let's say, for instance, I want to play the first 3 ground missions in the campaign. So those are Maigito, followed by Felucia, followed by Kashyyyk. Now that means I have to enter those commands in reverse order. So what I can do is say /admin /add map cas1c_c, whoops, cas1c_c, yep, /admin /add map fel1c_c /admin /add map myg1c_c. Cool. And that means we've got now our Maigito, then Felucia, then Kashyyyk, and then also Hoth at the very end as maps that we can play. If you're unsure of what the map order is, then you can use /admin /maps, like so. We can actually see the order here listed. Now, if you feel like you've made a mistake or you want to remove a particular map from the roster, then we can also use another command called drop maps. If we do /admin /drop map, and say I don't want to play Hoth anymore, I can add that in hot1g_c. The map has been dropped, and to verify this, we can say admin maps, and we can see that it's actually been removed from the end there. And once you're ready with your new roster, what we can do is say /admin /end game. That will end the current map, and we'll move on to the next one in the list. So after this, we can hit done. The next one on the list, of course, is Maigito. We can skip through this, and we can start playing. Now, there are a few important things to note about this workaround solution. The first thing you may notice when hosting the server is that the frame rate is now actually limited to 30 FPS. Now, this only applies to the host, and all others joining the server will not have their frame rates capped, but it's just something to keep in mind. So this is actually quite normal behavior. Second of all, when joining someone's client, it's possible that you may be assigned to the enemy team. And while this can be a lot of fun in and of itself, and you can by all means experiment with that and have some fun with it, it can result in a lot of things breaking and things not working properly. So if you wanted to play a more realistic co-op campaign, then what you can do is swap users onto the correct teams. So the way this works is that when hosting a server, each user is assigned an ID based on who is first to join the server. If we assume that the server host and one friend are on the server, then the host is always assigned ID 1, while the friend is ID 2. Now, we can use an admin command /admin /swap, followed by the ID in question, and this will allow the other player to swap teams to the other side. Now, usually the server admin will already be on the playable Republic or Empire side, so it usually comes down to player number 2 needing to be swapped over. Now, if you're having multiple friends play on a single session, you may need to keep track of which player has which ID, and therefore which IDs need to be swapped over. So what you can do is /admin /players, and we can see the full list of players listed as their IDs, and we can take note of those IDs, and then we can perform the swaps from there. Now, point 3 is that not all maps are 100% compatible. The campaign maps were never really meant to be played in this manner, meaning that certain bugs and glitches can occur, as well as certain game crashes in places. Now, I haven't tested all of these maps, but I do know that there is a list of compatible and non-compatible maps based on how this affected the original 2005 release of the game. A list of these will be noted in the pinned comment, and for more information on console commands for hosting your own online campaign sessions, there's a link in the description on extra commands that you can use within your own server. And alongside all those compatible and non-compatible maps are the actual IDs you can use. So whether or not you want to experiment with the ones that may not be compatible, by all means go for it. So with that in mind, I hope that's been clear, and if you have any questions, do let me know. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.